What's up, Lions Nation? I am the Soul Man, and that is the Stat Man. And hey, we're here. It's about, an hour, 15 minutes away from Lions kicking off. Denver coming into town. Prime time. Exciting.
Yes.
Exciting. How you doing, Stat Man?
Doing great. I got a special shout out here. My niece Aubrey is having her birthday. So happy birthday, Aubrey.
Happy birthday, Aubrey. Awesome. How old is Aubrey turning?
What's that?
How old is she going to be today?
Oh man, I am horrible with ages. I'm good with birthdays, but horrible with ages.
Oh,
Dane,
man,
help me out here.
I put you on the spot. Oops. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, everybody starts coming in because we switched our time to 7. So, but I thought I made that pretty clear that we were going to be at 7 o'clock now. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe. We are on that march to 500 at 232 right now. We appreciate everybody that has subscribed. And thank you to everyone that's been commenting on our YouTube videos. Been getting a lot more comments on there, and I've been trying to reply back to them all, except for the ones that were being idiots and talking about the Bears. So we're not going to comment on those. But yeah, we're getting some traction. A couple people popping in right now. What's up, everybody? So we're going to look at the injury report. We're going to take a look at the head-to-head. We are also have 5 topics to go over tonight, and we will share our score predictions, ours and the nation's, and pick our in the zone players. So good stuff. Facebook user says, glad I just saw Patterson is out for my fantasy playoffs.
Should have picked up Badgley.
Wonder who that is. It's got to be Steve. Isn't he in the playoffs? It's not Dar. Candace says hello. What's up, Candace? Oh, it's
Hello,
Cody.
Candace.
Cody. Injury report is as follows. Hayden Hooker not playing. He's on there, so I put him in. Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow, Josh Reynolds, and Benito Jones were all listed as questionable, but I'm pretty sure they're all going to play. I know Reynolds just now, like 5 minutes ago, was bumped to active, so I know he's playing. So pretty much, I think everybody that's on the injury report is going to play tonight. From what I've seen, I don't think anybody's not going to play. Everybody that was questionable was full participant in practice, except for Reynolds. But then Reynolds just was announced that he's playing. So, awesome. I don't think we have anybody out except for Hooker. Facebook user says, hello, fellas. What's up?
What's up, fella?
Remember, if you allow, just click that link for the StreamYard on Facebook, and it'll pop your name in so we can see who you are. The head-to-head for the Lions, their pass offense 13th going against Denver's pass defense, which is ranked 20th. Lions run offense ranked 4th against Denver's run defense ranked 31st. Broncos passing offense is 16th versus our pass defense, which is ranked 19th. The run offense for the Broncos is number 10 versus our run defense, which is number 7. Now, once again, we're looking at this on paper. You never know what's going to happen. But on paper, if the Lions run the ball, we should be pretty successful in this game.
Well, yeah, absolutely. One of the worst run defenses in the league. You got to run the ball. You got to run it effectively, run it often, and give David Montgomery and Gibbs a chance to win this game for us, because we just need to keep Russell Wilson and that offense off the field.
Now, the Broncos have been picking it up a little bit. They have started to look a little better. But I think if we can even just say keys to the game right now, 100% run the ball. because we've talked about it before. That opens up our passing game. So we gotta run and we gotta stick to it. Don't go away from it. And we gotta score points in the third quarter. We have to try to turn that around, or we're not going anywhere anytime soon. We seen today the Vikings lost, so they're at 7-7. And you and I were talking about this right before we came on. We're in a good position if we can get the victory tonight. We're in a good spot. But if we lose, we're blowing it by losing games that we should win on paper.
11 wins is the key number. 11.
Angel in the house says, "Let's go Lions." Here for the win.
Yes, baby. Let's go Lions.
Dar, let's feed Gibbs all games so I can win this playoff game in fantasy. How did I know that was coming?
I'm okay with that.
Now, if you look at looking at the numbers, Statman, what about the Lions defense going against the Broncos offense?
Well, it's pretty evenly matched on paper, but who knows? The Lions defense could step up tonight and play outstanding and shut down the Broncos, but it could be the opposite way around as well. So I think it's kind of a coin toss.
I think they have to. Like, this has got to be the turning point right here if they're going to make any progress in the playoffs at all. They have to win this game, but they have to win it in a dominating fashion. We have to go back to how we were playing before. That's the team that's going to win playoff games, is that team. Statman had put in a poll question for everybody today on our We Are Lions Nation Facebook page. And it was, will the Lions get over or under 30 points tonight? 58% of you said over, 28% said under, and 14% said 30 points. I think that 14% was Dar.
Not a lot of people got into the poll question.
There's a reason for that, and I know what it is.
Because I didn't tag everybody.
And I didn't either, for a reason. I was proving a point. When you don't hit the @ everyone on the group page, not everybody sees the post. Therefore, not everybody comments. Just saying that. Just throwing that out there to the person that knows who I'm talking about. Probably not even watching this show anyway, and I don't even know who she is. Your tree is going to give me a seizure. You're not the first person to say that to me. It throws me off too when I'm watching TV. It's like topic number 1, brought to you by the Statman. As a Lions fan, would you rather win division and one playoff game and extend Goff's contract, or miss playoffs and not extend his contract? So, Statman, I'm going to start with you on this.
I'd rather extend Goff. I think he's been a great quarterback for us. He hasn't been the best, but he's good enough to win games. And if he can win us a playoff game this year or even take us further, there's no reason not to extend his contract. I'd rather do that than restart with a rookie.
I mean, obviously, winning more than one playoff game would be fantastic. But the fact that we're at where we're at right now, we're right there could make the playoffs. I think we will. And who's the quarterback?
Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm. No matter what anybody has said about him all year, I think I've argued with my uncle and many people about Jared Goff. I like Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is good enough. I think Jared Goff is good enough to get us to where we want to ultimately be. But he has to have everything around him working too. Everything has to be working consistently in order for him to play well. We have seen him make some mistakes, but he's a top 5 quarterback.
We got to run the ball effectively for Goff to have a great game.
King SJ in the house says, "What's up, guys? What's up, King?"
How's it going, King?
Says, "Go Lions."
Go Lions, baby.
Setman's mom in the house says, "Hello."
Hello, Ma.
Steven Erickson says, "Hey."
What's up, Dad?
And Brian Stover in the house says, Hooker is better than Goff, even as a rookie. Watch.
I don't know. I mean, he's been injured all year. We haven't seen him play on the field. We won't see him until next year in preseason. In preseason, you're going against a bunch of backups trying to earn a spot on the roster. It's not going to really prove anything. Jared Goff is a proven quarterback, has taken the Rams to the Super Bowl, has proven he can win games. I mean, I'd rather have a proven quarterback than throw my chances on a quarterback that's unproven and then start all over from scratch.
And if you think about Jared Goff, indeed went to the Super Bowl with the Rams. What happened there? He had a team around him that was capable of getting it done. And him. He played well enough to go to the Super Bowl. He can still do that now. The question is going to be when Hooker, because I see this a lot too, along with you in the comments and chats. A lot of people think that he's going to be better. Like you said, we haven't seen him play at all. I still want to see him play. And if he does turn out like he's going to be better, I don't have anything against seeing him play. If he gets that role, he earns it. But like you said, do you want to see an untested rookie, get to start? But he could be like a CJ Stroud type of quarterback. We don't know.
I mean, he could be. He could be better than Goff. But why take that risk from a proven quarterback over somebody that's unproven, hasn't played in the fast-paced NFL yet? He played in college, but it's nowhere near the speed of the NFL. It's completely different. There's so many quarterbacks out there that had high praise, had huge upside, and then ended up failing miserably.
There's one right now. The number 1 pick in this year's draft is sitting at 1 win right now.
Bryce Young.
Does that have to do a lot with the team around him? Somewhat, yeah, but he's not playing very well either.
I don't know. I'd say he has a pretty decent team around him.
I think when you look at the quarterbacks, I would have loved to see Hooker play in the preseason this year. That would have been really nice to just see him out there. But we have Goff. He's our quarterback right now. He is the Lions quarterback for the future, as long as I'm sure that he's going to get a contract. He's going to be our quarterback. I don't see anything changing as far as Goff goes, and I'm happy with him. Everybody's going to argue that. A lot of people are going to disagree, but it's not Goff. Goff's not the reason that we're losing all these games.
And I could be wrong. Hooker could be the next great quarterback of the league. But
I mean, we know he was good in college.
Proven yet.
He was good in college, but this is, like you said, this is the NFL. You can't, this is a different monster. You can't just step in here and expect to be great. Not everybody can. But then you have gems that you don't know about, like Tom Brady is a perfect example of a quarterback that sat on the bench forever and finally got his start, and poof, there's Tom Brady.
Brock Purdy, Jake Browning.
Yep. But Brock Purdy also has some very good weapons around him. The Lions are building.
And he has horrible games too, just like Goff.
Yep. Exactly. They all do. All quarterbacks have bad games. Lamar Jackson. Look at Patrick Mahomes right now. He doesn't have those key receivers around him right now, and look how he's playing. Like, it's all a team thing. It's not just one guy. Let's see. Brian says the Rams took Goff to the Super Bowl, and he stunk in the Super Bowl. Again, he had a team around him that's capable. If the Lions right now didn't have talented running backs and receivers, we probably wouldn't be winning any games. Goff's not going to be able to do it by himself.
Let's make it a better question. What if Goff takes us to our first Super Bowl this year?
Then everybody changes what they're saying, because that's how it goes.
You keep him or you dump him for Hooker?
I say keep him.
Would you rather take your chances on Hooker taking us through the playoffs or Goff? I'd take the guy with experience all day.
Dar says, depends on how Goff finishes the season. Maybe a cheaper contract.
He might take a cheaper deal too.
Facebook user says, hi. Hi.
Hello.
Brian says, look how he played versus Alabama. I can't say anything on that comment because I have no idea. No idea how he played in Alabama against Alabama. Goff is a game manager, not a playmaker like Hooker. But like Statman said, Hooker is unproven. We can't say anything until we see him on the field playing, really.
Goff might have had a bad experience when he went to the Super Bowl. He didn't play his best in his first Super Bowl appearance. But I'd rather have Goff behind center than Hooker right now, any day of the week.
Agree. Topic number 2 is something that I'm excited about. Gardner Johnson was medically cleared. Looks like he's going to be practicing. There's actually video of him. I don't know if everybody's seen it or not, but he was running around making defending passes and hitting the tackle dummy. Looked really good. My question is, what impact does this one guy coming back make for the Lions going forward?
Well, he's going to make a huge impact. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a leader on our defense before he got hurt. Making impactful plays, making big tackles. You can't doubt that. He's an emotional leader on the defense, and we desperately need him back on the field.
Yeah, I agree. I think even when you take a key piece out, it would be the same. It's like the same thing. Let's say I know that Aiden Hutchinson isn't getting all the sacks and that stuff right now, but you take him out of the game, then that opposing offense doesn't have to worry about that part of it anymore. It's the same thing. They don't have to worry about C.J. Gardner-Johnson being back there, so they can game plan for that. It's one person can make a huge impact for a team, and I think him coming back is going to be big for this defense, which could be by the next game. I think we could see him back on the field. This one I wanted to bring up just because I thought it was awesome. Jahmyr Gibbs needs 20 scrimmage yards tonight against Denver to hit 1,000 on the season. Statman, what does this say for Jahmyr Gibbs as a rookie running back who didn't get a ton of carries or didn't do so well in the beginning of the season? What does this say for the Lions and their running back backfield moving forward, even beyond this season, with a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield for his future with this organization?
Well, it tells me that Brad Holmes just shut up pretty much the majority of Lions fans when they hated on him for drafting him in the first round. And it tells us that we made a smart move getting rid of Swift and getting a younger back that can do the exact same thing that he can, even better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Better. I think that I thought from the draft, I liked the pick. I was happy about it, but I don't know, I'm a running back guy. I love getting running backs. When Gibbs flipped the switch, we all seen it when he figured it out. He's a threat every time he gets that ball, every single time. And for him to be able to get to that 1,000-yard mark before the season even ends, but without playing in the beginning very well, that tells you something not only about him, but the offensive line. But he's making things happen, and as long as he stays healthy, for many seasons, I think he's going to be a key part of this offense, and I'm just excited. I'm happy for him, but I'm excited to see where he goes and takes this team in the future for sure.
Yeah, especially with being a tandem with David Montgomery. That guy hasn't lost a step since he left Chicago.
Nope.
He's just as good.
Yeah, those two, probably hands down, in my opinion, the best 1-2 combo that's out there right now as far as running backs go.
Oh, 1,000% agree with that.
Montgomery's got power, but he has speed too. And we've seen Gibbs, not only does he have speed and catchability, but I've seen him break plenty of tackles up the middle too. Like, he's plenty capable. They're both just some monsters, and I don't know. It's going to be hard to stop that combo going ahead. But congratulations to Jahmyr Gibbs. I hope he gets that. I don't see him not getting that tonight, but I'm really happy for him. Wrong one. Facebook user says, "Hi guys, go Lions." What's up? Go Lions.
Go Lions, one pride.
Boy, I hope everybody's getting excited. We are getting ever so close to the kickoff. It's awesome. This is our
How's
new
it going,
time,
Eric?
7 p.m. Eric says, "Go Lions." Brian says, "Oh, by the way, Hooker passed for 441 yards and 5 touchdowns versus Alabama." No, I know now. I know what he's talking about because I've seen the highlights of that. I've seen Hooker play, and I think Hooker is going to be a dynamic quarterback. When he starts playing, when he gets that chance, I think he's going to be great. But right now, Goff is our guy until shown otherwise, or until shown otherwise, Goff's our quarterback. He's gotten us.
He's still got to develop more too. He's got to get timing down with the receivers. He's got to get the playbook down. There's a lot that goes into being a starting quarterback in the NFL. And Goff has familiarity with the system right now. He's an experienced quarterback. Whether you think he's bad or good, he's still an experienced quarterback. He's still top 10 in the NFL for rankings for quarterbacks. And you can't deny that. I'd rather have a top 10 quarterback than an unproven rookie. Bottom line. And I think most people would agree.
It's tough. It's tough when you go into a season with a rookie quarterback because you don't know what to expect. They could be great right away. But even Dan Campbell said, I read this today about Hooker, which I think is one of the topics that I brought up. Let me check because we might just be bouncing onto that anyway. Facebook user says Lions 41, Denver 17. Ooh. Eric says right and good. And that's right. Let's see. Yeah, that is a topic. Hayden Hooker will either go on the Lions active roster next week or be placed on season-ending injury reserve. What are you guys' thoughts? When will we see? I want to know when you guys think we will see Hayden Hooker actually play. Statman, you mentioned preseason next season, probably see him. But do you think there's a chance if he comes out in the preseason and just shows up, balls out, that he could play over Jared Goff?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you play better than Jared Goff, you beat him for that position. You deserve that position. I'm not saying that at all. If he earns a spot, I say go for it. But right now, as it stands, Jared Goff is the best quarterback on our roster.
Yeah. And Dan Campbell said that he even said that Hooker still has a ton of stuff to learn. He still has a long way to go. I don't see him being active at all this season. I think they should just put him on season-ending reserve. What's the point right now? We got Teddy Bridgewater as a backup. He doesn't need to go on there and risk anything. Just sit back, learn what he can. We'll see what happens with him next season, for say. I'm excited about it. I think he's a dynamic quarterback that could show some exciting things. But this season, it's Jared Goff. And even if it's next season, I back Jared Goff 100%. As long as he's our quarterback, I stand behind him, no matter what anybody says.
I completely agree. Hendon Hooker, Oh, he's talking next year. Yeah, that's what we're thinking too. I don't see him playing this year.
No.
And I don't see Hendon Hooker beating out Goff next year, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see what
I
happens
think
in the
if
preseason.
as long as Goff has a contract, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be hard for Campbell and them to not have him as our starter. Unless something drastic happens, Goff is going to be our quarterback. Eric says, when we'll make the playoffs, right? And we were just talking about this. Do we clinch if we win tonight?
I believe we get a playoff spot if we win tonight.
Yeah. But I don't know if we take the division yet. Because
no.
Minnesota's still 7-7.
We still have to beat Minnesota next week. And we also need Green Bay to lose.
Yeah, which they will. Brian says, yeah, I'm talking next year. Brought that up. Teddy's retiring. So, yeah, I mean, this is a good conversation. It's going, but so Teddy retires. You got Jared Goff, and then maybe you got Hayden Hooker as the backup next season. Maybe that's how it's set up. We'll just have to wait and see how that all unfolds. Eric says, okay. Again, thank you, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe on that March to 500, sitting at 232 right now. So thank you, everybody that has subscribed already. Jared Goff said he wants to get St. Brown back in the game. In your eyes, Statman, how does Goff make that happen? Because Goff said in his own words that part of the reason that St. Brown has been lacking is on him. Usually St. Brown is Goff's go-to. So how does Goff fix that?
Find him on the field. He was open so many times against Chicago, and Jared Goff just completely missed him. Didn't get to progress through his receivers. He was going. It seemed like he was going for one guy right off the snap, and that was it because he was getting hit. He was getting pressured constantly, and he got into a mode into the game where he was just going for the first guy he thought would be open. St. Brown was getting open in that game. Goff just wasn't getting him the ball.
You can't have this offense playing well without St. Brown being involved. I mean, he's a playmaker. Whoever Goff has to do it, he should be automatically looking for St. Brown on every passing play anyway. Like, I feel like that should be his number one look. Honestly, St. Brown's usually open in the middle every time. Every single time. And he's a playmaker. When he gets the ball, he makes plays.
And I also think Goff's going to need help doing it too. Mm-hmm. He's going to need his offensive lineman to protect him.
Yeah.
And he's also going to need a really good run game and continuously run against Denver. You have to have that threat of the run. If you're sitting there and they know you're passing it every down because you can't run the ball, it's very easy for defenses to just tee away at the quarterback, get hits on him, get pressures on him, and really mess with the quarterback's head because he's going to be thinking the hit's coming, so he's trying to get rid of the ball quicker.
Yeah, that brings the whole point of what you just said before that, with him getting pressured so much in that game where he had to make split-second decisions just to get rid of the ball. He's got to make that choice instead of taking a sack. But like you said, the offensive line needs to step up. We can't let Goff be getting hit like that all game, or he has no choice.
Taylor Decker and Glasgow are the two that really need to step up.
Eric says they needs help on offensive line. Yeah, well, our offensive line should be good to go today, especially with all of them back in. I think it'll be a whole different offensive line out there tonight. Brian says, just like Tate was Stafford's guy. Yeah. I kind of compare St. Brown with Deebo Samuel. Deebo gets the ball, even in the middle of the field, in a 5-yard pass and makes something big out of it. I think St. Brown is the same type of player. He gets the ball and he makes things happen because he's plenty capable of doing it. Dar says Laporta and Gibbs both need lots of touches and targets, and we win the game. I don't know if that's
Laporta's
anything
another
to
one.
do.
We got to get him involved often.
Yep. Yeah, look what he's capable of doing. 140 yards in that one game. It's just insane. But score predictions. I am going 21-14. I actually think the defenses are it's gonna be more of a defensive game in my eyes. That's how it's gonna go tonight. But we win. Statman, you're going 35-24, so close game for you as well.
I think still our defense is not going to be able to stop them from scoring 24 points. I think Aaron Glenn kind of has an advantage, and so does Dan Campbell, coaching against their former head coach when they were coaching the Saints. And I think they know how Sean Payton likes to run his offenses, and I think there's going to be familiarities with Sean Payton's offense with the Denver Broncos compared to how it was with the Saints and how he ran it. So I think it'll give Aaron Glenn a little bit of an advantage on defense, kind of knowing what's coming before it hits.
Brian says 24-17 Lions. And everybody else that chimed in for the nation, you guys' score predictions are all on the bottom. Well, thank you to everybody that jumped in. All right, Statman, last thing. Who is your in the zone player for tonight? Who are you looking for to step it up?
I'm on Ross St. Brown. I think he has a come out of the woodwork game. He gets over 130 yards on at least 10 catches tonight.
I like it. I am going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs. I want to see him break that 1,000-yard mark, get a couple touchdowns tonight, just because I feel like that's an awesome accomplishment for any rookie running back to have in a season. So I'm going to go with Gibbs tonight as my in-the-zone player. Eric says yes. There's one more thing before we get out of here so everybody can get to that game, which is coming up shortly.
It's time for the fight song. Happens on every one of our shows. I sing the fight song before the Lions game in the preseason show for us, or the pregame show. So here we go. Let's go Lions. Let's get this win against Denver. It's a big one. Let's clinch some playoffs tonight. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield, and win the blue and silver wave. Stand and cheer the brave. Rah, 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 go hard, win the game. With honor you will keep your fame. Down the field and gain a Lions victory. One pride, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Detroit. Let's get this win at Ford Field tonight.
Yeah, baby. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. On behalf of the Statman and myself, we are Lions Nation Podcast. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you guys Monday after the game for our post-game show, 7 p.m. Eastern. But for now, enjoy the game tonight. We will see you guys all then. Good night, everybody.
Go Lions.